Let's talk about the ISM PMI for the U.S. The PMI that I'm using is the manufacturing indicator. You can also get this indicator as of for services, and you can even combine them to get a better idea of what the economy is doing. But I find just the old-fashioned manufacturing indicator is still valid to point to what is the trend of the economy. Now, I also like to make an accumulative type study of that to actually show trends, because the PMI basically is range bound, and by doing a cumulative study we actually can create trends. So if you look back here in 1959, or actually early 60s, we had a recession, and then we get a business cycle up and down, and another recession, and these are about 8 to 13 years apart, which is the definition of what I call a 9-year business cycle, which is also similar to the same as the juggler cycle. That you can even find on wikipedia.com in terms of definitions. So at any rate, we have a measurement here to give us a clue when the next recession should occur, and it's adding up to occur sometime 2019 to 2021. So it also means we're due for a peak in the economy, and you can see a cyclical pattern that you want to find from top to top, some kind of U or V shape, and then the same thing for the bottom. And note that the economy spends most of its time during the cycle of growing, trending higher, and that's been the case since the 1930s depression. And so the recessions and contraction ahead of the recession last only about 1 to 3 years. So we're overdue now, or we should say it's now getting late enough to assume it's time to pull back. Now, if you're watching the PMI by itself, in recent years, if it dropped below 50, I said that's probably not a negative thing. If the stock market had pulled back, it was probably a buy, and the reason was the long-term trend for the economy was up. But now that we're looking for a top in the economy, I have to feel as though when the PMI drops below 50, it's probably not a buy signal on the economy in terms of long-term investing. I think I want to wait and see if that PMI drops back to 45, which is what I'm using to identify a recession, and I'm not saying it has to actually be at that exact number. At any rate, we're still on watch mode here for a top in the economy, stock market, and for this particular indicator. Thank you.